again. You're crushing it,
You know, I did. I stopped my car today. I'm sorry. I just cried. I love this country. And I feel like this has tapped into like a whole thing of like every woman feels assaulted at some point in their life. Every single woman in this room has been assaulted. And we're always told, you know, oh, just smile and be cute and it didn't really mean anything. But each time someone does that to you, it takes a little piece of your heart, a piece of your courage, a piece of your life. And, you know.
And it makes you afraid. It makes you feel like an object. And you feel exploited and you feel helpless. But that's why Access Hollywood is involved. He was feeling comfortable, he was a hot mic, and he was speaking from the heart, which is one of the darkest hearts I have ever heard, and I don't think he's fit to be president.
Oh, I just think it's kind of more of the same. I think it takes some people longer for it to hit home because, you know, you don't want to think that a person of this caliber is actually a presidential candidate, and I'm sorry that that happened, but he is. And that's why it's so important that we vote, because we represent not only our country, but so many countries around the world that are depending on us.
You can tell she's like trying to play along and being a sport. And Trump and Billy Bush are just sports. And so I think it triggers a lot of things in women. Like, is that really what you guys say when you're alone here?
Were you surprised by it?
No, everybody in this town in New York knows about Trump and has for years. He's like the Cosby of real estate. So these stories have been going around forever, and it's very, very difficult. People have to understand it's nearly impossible for these women to speak out because look at his infrastructure of defense. And, you know, Hillary Clinton there's no equivalency there for whatever you don't like about her. It's over for Trump and Billy Bush, hopefully. I think they should both be fired from just all business. Show business, business, just like a fired across the line, basically. The idea that you see it go so quickly from like joking around to like boom, and I can just do what I want because I'm a star, and I can grab her, you know where, and they can't say no. That's sexual assault, all right? You 70-year-old fat fuck. So get over it because we don't do that anymore. You got to go. I'm with her.
When I was living in New York, I did meet him, and he was very gracious and nice. So I don't know, they're saying just in general that he doesn't like women. I don't think that's true.
That hasn't been true in your experience?
Well, not in my experience, but, you know, I'm not speaking politically. I don't want to get involved in all of that, Michigas.
But you like him, or it sounds like, or you?
On a social basis, I think he's terrific. Yeah.
Take care of that nagging extra 3 pounds you put on every year.
I think it's just much ado about nothing. I mean, it was locker room talk. He didn't do anything. He said something, and yes, it was offensive to women, and I understand that. But I think American women are smarter than to get sucked into that. You know, he was clearly blindsided by it, and I think it's not that big a deal in the end. We should be worried about what's going on in this country and who's best for the country.
You know, we always wonder if maybe Mr. Trump has finally gone one step too far, and we're always wrong. So whether this turns out to be the death knell of his candidacy, only time will tell. But it's shocking, I think, and it's just shocking. You know, we all know that locker room conversations take place, but certainly not among somebody who aspires to lead the free world.
But overall, I mean, it's kind of astounding that people are just now realizing that he's slightly insane. And I mean, after all the comments he's made about women in his campaign and before his campaign, this sadly was not surprising, but I hope it is a wake-up call to some and that he was finally held accountable for his words and they're not written off as, oh, it's just Trump being Trump.